I'm Dr. Divya, one of the consultant obstetrician and gynecologist in Apollo Clinic, Electronic City. I'm here to talk about the COVID's impact on pregnancy. The COVID has taken a devastating toll all over the world. It has caused a drastic effect on the physical and mental health of people. This second wave has affected more commonly than the first one, and it has affected all class of people irrespective of the age and gender. Speaking about the impact of COVID in pregnancy, these women are more psychologically affected than any other class of people. See, when speaking about the pregnant women, they should understand that they are not more vulnerable than the general population, but they are susceptible to the infection because of their immune system. In pregnant women, the pregnant women who are at high risk are those who are high risk in pregnancy itself. Those women who are older, obese, who are already having medical comorbidities like hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, asthma. These are the women who are going to get more severe infection. These are the women who are going to receive respiratory support and multidisciplinary care. You already know in general, COVID is mainly caused by respiratory droplets, by face-to-face infection when we talk, speak, sneeze, cough. It's usually prevented by hand washing and wearing a proper mask and maintaining a social distancing. Today we are like to see most commonly asked question by the pregnant women, either pregnant women or the pregnant women who are wanting to get pregnant. So we will take the question one by one. So I have COVID-19. Can it make it harder for me to get pregnant? So there are no data telling you that it will be harder for you to get pregnant if you have acquired COVID or if you have recovered from COVID infection. My next question would be, are the pregnant women at high risk of COVID-19? See, as I said earlier, the COVID women are vulnerable equivalent to the general population. Most of the women who are getting COVID infection will have mild fever or flu-like symptoms. Most of them will have only the fever or just a cough, cold, only this, and they will come out of it. Only those women at high risk, like as I said, who are obese, who are older, who are having medical comorbidities, these women may get severe infection. Even for them, only 1/10 will be requiring oxygen, 1/10 will be requiring ventilator and other medical care. Even these women may with support will do well. I am pregnant woman. How can I protect myself against COVID-19? See, the protection is similar to the general population. You have to sanitize your hand more frequently. You have to protect yourself with a proper medical mask. The mask should be worn properly, covering your nose and mouth, and you should maintain a social distancing of 2 meters or 6 feet from others. In addition to that, pregnant women should avoid social gathering with your friends and family, and as far as possible try to work from home and avoid travel. By these you can prevent getting infection. And next question would be, when should I get tested for COVID-19? So whenever you have cough, cold, fever, when you have myalgia, when you have vomiting, when you have diarrhea, when you have difficulty in breathing, when you have respiratory symptoms, when you're present with pneumonia, all these are symptoms when you have to get tested, or when you are exposed to a person who have already recovered from COVID or having the COVID-like symptoms. These are the symptoms when you should get tested. So what should I do if I test positive for coronavirus? When you are tested positive for coronavirus, first of all, you have to inform your healthcare worker. They would tell you what you have to do. They would categorize your symptoms, whether you are asymptomatic, mildly symptomatic, moderately symptomatic, or severely symptomatic. Based on your category, they would tell you whether you have to get home isolated or you would require a hospital isolation. What should I do if I have self-isolated? When you are self-isolated, make yourself get first isolated from other family members. Get your isolated from a good room, which is with good ventilation and good light. And make sure that you take a proper nutrition, make yourself good hydrated, and take a proper vitamins which is prescribed by the healthcare worker. Make a note of your symptoms, whether you have any new symptoms or worsening of your symptom, contact your healthcare worker. Monitor your temperature, monitor your saturation. Whenever your temperature is not coming down or your saturation is coming down, contact your healthcare worker. They would advise you whether you can continue with your home care or you would require an hospitalization. How will it affect my routine antenatal or postnatal appointment? So during the pandemic, you have to confine your appointment to minimum so that it will avoid your exposure to the external environment. So for the low risk women, you can make your appointments either by telephonic consultation or video consultation. You can restrict your appointment to minimum of 6 as guided by WHO. And you can couple your investigation and ultrasound along with your regular visit. For high risk women, it is mandatory to have a face-to-face visit, but you can limit your timing. You can confine your timing to a limited time of exposure in the hospital. Can COVID-19 be passed from mother to her unborn or newborn baby? Yes. There is studies saying that it can be passed from a mother to child. There are few studies saying that few women who had COVID infection, the babies also tested positive. But all these babies have done extremely well. They had only mild infection, and those babies did not require any support. Can COVID-19 be passed on the baby, but the vaginal secretion or the breast milk doesn't have any COVID particles so far in the study, which has proved that the breast milk or the vaginal secretion had any COVID particles. So what are the risks to me or my baby if tested positive? So risk to you is that you may when you get the infection in the later part of the pregnancy, you may have severe infection, you may have a preterm delivery. And those who are hospitalized, when you get a severe infection and you are hospitalized, you may require to get delivered early. And when you are hospitalized, you may form blood clots in your blood vessel, which may require treatment. But if you're getting the infection in the first trimester, in the first 12 weeks, there is no study to prove that you may undergo a miscarriage or there is a abnormality happening in the baby. So COVID is not teratogenic. There is no studies proving that it causes miscarriage or abnormalities in the baby. So you can go ahead, and it's not an indication for medical termination of pregnancy. So, do pregnant women with suspected or confirmed COVID-19 need to give birth by cesarean section? No, it is not mandatory for the COVID women to give birth by cesarean section. It is only indicated if medically proved or obstetrically indicated that they have to deliver by cesarean section. The vaginal secretion doesn't prove to have COVID particles, so you can undergo vaginal vaginal delivery. So, can I touch or hold my baby if I have COVID-19? Yes, absolutely. You can touch and hold your baby. Only thing you have to make sure is that you should not transmit the infection to the baby. So you have to wash your hand before and after handling the baby, and you have to wear your mask to prevent your droplet infection going to the baby. You can breastfeed the baby, but before breastfeeding, you have to wash your hand, clean your hand before and after handling the baby, and you have to wear your mask while handling the baby. Suppose you have to stay in the same room with the baby. When you are staying with the baby, you have to maintain a distance of 2 meter to prevent the infection going to your baby. Is there an increased risk to me or my baby after birth? No, there is no increased risk to you or your baby after you have given birth, because your immune system will recover back and you don't get more infection. So can I get vaccinated if I am planning pregnancy or pregnant or breastfeeding? Yes, when you are planning your pregnancy, you can get vaccinated. It is mandatory to get vaccinated when you are planning your pregnancy because it will prevent your infection. At least you have to give a gap of 3 months before planning your pregnancy. So you can take this time to get vaccinated. Yes, absolutely, you can get vaccinated when you are breastfeeding. In pregnancy, the government has not given still a green signal for getting vaccinated. but in abroad they are getting vaccinated, and absolutely there is a need that we should get vaccinated in pregnancy, but a lot of studies are yet to come, because there is no safety measures so far proved that these vaccines are safe in pregnancy. So we are still waiting for a nod from the government to get vaccinated for the pregnant women. So take home message is that those who are planning for pregnancy can get vaccinated, and those who are pregnant try to be as much as possible to stay home, stay safe, and avoid traveling, and make clear that it doesn't cause miscarriage or congenital abnormality in your baby. I think this session would have helped at least few of the women who are planning pregnancy or who are pregnant. Thanks. Stay home, stay safe.